We have a new multiverse campaign in the game now. It's quite difficult, so in this video I will cover some useful strategies to help you complete it. Now, as far as I know, you must have beaten level 200, which is the Gatekeeper boss, in order to unlock the multiverse campaign. The Gatekeeper is a tough boss, so don't feel too disappointed if you have not beaten it yet. You should see a big black hole like this once you have the multiverse campaign unlocked. The way this works is that each level has an element, which means certain ships will be effective depending on what the element for that level is. The Multiverse Pass has some nice items including chrono shards. Let's go ahead and claim the first one. There we go. The bomb and shield boosters don't seem to work here, so be careful not to use them by mistake. This may be a bug that gets fixed in the future though. Level 201 is the toxic element, which means fire ships will be more effective here. You can see that on the elemental affinities table on the screen right now. A good choice for your starting ship is Terminator, since it's fire elemental, plus it's one of the strongest non-merged ships in the game. Spectral Drake is potentially the best ship to get during the level itself, if you see one appear. Spectral Drake is fire elemental, plus when fully upgraded with Evolve 3, I think this ship could well be the most powerful ship in the game. This level has constant poison wave attacks, plus the aliens fire these green attacks when defeated which can poison you. Don't forget to shake your ship if you get poisoned in order to remove it. Okay, let's give this a go. Level 202 is an electric stage, which means you ideally want a good toxic ship in order to complete it. However, this may prove to be tricky as you can't start with any strong toxic ships. If we have a look at the ships, Soundbreaker is the strongest toxic ship you can start with. You can give it a try, but it's very likely you will find this ship too weak for these difficult campaign stages. I think the best strategy is to start with Legendary or Terminator, then hope a Cyberblade drops during the level itself. Since Cyberblade is both toxic and extremely powerful, it should make the level relatively easy. This level has the Thunder Totem PvP attack, plus lightning bolts appear similar to the laser attack from the Sunshine Wings. You may need to stay near the bottom of the screen for most of this level. I'm using one of the shield boosters just to show you it does not work here. Right, let's try this level. Level 203 is a fire level, which means ice attacks will do extra damage. This is probably the hardest type of level to complete. I will explain why. Out of all the merged ships, the only ice elemental ship is the Element Lord. This ship is unfortunately far too weak for the Multiverse Campaign, and you will struggle if you try to use it. The strongest ice elemental non-merged ship is the Phantom Assassin. This is another very weak ship, so you simply won't get anywhere if you try to use it. I think the best strategy is to start with Legendary, then just hope either Spectral Drake or Cyberblade drops. These two merged ships are the strongest ones and will give you the best chance of winning. The level itself is also pretty nasty, as you have these fire spots that appear every few seconds. These take a bit of practice to avoid and can destroy your ship very quickly. There's also fire beams that appear on the screen just to make it even harder. These are marked with a red warning triangle. Good luck to me. Let's try this level. Level 204 is an ice level, which means a good electric ship will help a lot here. Luckily, there are a few good choices for electric ships. Let's go through them. Legendary is electric, so you definitely want to start with this ship until something better comes along. You may even end up using this to complete the entire level. Shockwave is the only merged ship that's electric. It's a decent ship, but not as powerful as Cyberblade or Spectral Drake. My advice would be to get your strongest merged ship if you can't win with Shockwave. You have these small ice beams that kind of look like icicles dropping down the screen on a regular basis. Some aliens can also disable your weapon, but in all honesty, you should find this a bit easier than the other 3 types of levels. Level 204 has a boss, and it has some tricky attacks for you to avoid. For that reason, it may take a bit of practice to win, especially on hard or crazy difficulty. Hopefully I will have a nice time here. Let's go! Okay, that's the end of this video. I hope you found that interesting. This video was intended to show the basic strategy for the Multiverse campaign. Things may change a bit with the later stages, which I haven't completed yet. Here's my profile, a completely legit VIP 0 account. You are going to find this really hard if you are under 5 million combat power. Even with my account, this was not easy, so good luck to you when you play the Multiverse campaign for yourself. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, that's very much appreciated. The pinned comment has a playlist that has all my other videos for this game in. There's also another video on the screen that you may enjoy, plus you can also subscribe from here if you want to do so. Happy shooting, and thanks for watching.